Oh my God. We just recorded with Brenna Jordan, content creator. She is so fantastic. And in addition to just being so funny, we have the most incredible, vulnerable conversation about your first time hooking up from her perspective with a trans woman, from your perspective, it's like someone who's hooking up with you, an experienced lesbian or gay man or whatever you have, whatever. And like the other person has never done this before. We get into how to approach those conversations and what's respectful and being mindful and thoughtful. And it's just like a really vulnerable, beautiful, hilarious episode. It's what this podcast is all about, I think. So yeah. And obviously Bree is co-hosting and she's fucking hysterical. Yeah, and I don't know when this is coming out. Just come see me. I have so many tour dates. Big cities. We're back in the big cities. We are out of the Midwest, and we are going to fucking Portland. We're going to Philly. We're going to Dallas. We got it all. We got the Western Canada tour. We got everything happening. Everything. So get on the text alert, listener. Get on the email alert. Donate to the Patreon to give Alex a raise. We're working on that. Come on. Share it with your friends. When was the last time you shared this podcast with a friend? It's time. Do it. It's still great. It gets better, I think. And yeah, okay, I'm done.
Listener, now celebrating its 20th year, Dan Savage's Hump is a lovingly curated festival of short erotic films made by real people for real people. Hump is hot, it's sexy, it's wild, it's funny, it's honest, and the lineups are diverse and inclusive. And right now, part 1 is screening in Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco, and starts a 40-plus city tour in late March. Go get your tickets. They're on sale at humpfilmfest.com. And you can save 10% on yours with promo code SEX. That's humpfilmfest.com and promo code SEX. Happy humping. Listener, this episode is brought to you by Green Chef. I know being so busy, it's really hard for me to create better eating habits, but Green Chef makes it so easy with dietitian-developed recipe options featuring fresh, organic produce and quality whole foods delivered right to your door each week. Thrive all year with clean, easy meals from Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/gayfree and use code GAYFREE to get started with your free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. One more time, that's greenchef.com/gayfree and use code GAYFREE to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well.
The thing that differs from my experience as a trans woman, because I am a trans woman who is not so much penetrative first, obviously the men I date, sometimes they are not into my frontal side and in fact want to pretend like nothing's even there.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to say the word dick, penis, cock, nothing.
What?
Some of them like call it a vagina or a clit or like they get creative. Can you hear that?
I
No.
can't hear anything.
Okay, good.
Is there something
I'm curious
bad
though. What is happening?
What's happening?
Just some transvestism, girl. There's a lot going on.
Oh no.
You said
What
it's
does
not
that
me.
sound like?
What is the sound of? Is it Rocky Horror Picture Show? Like what is going on in the background?
It's just like a bunch of chicks with dicks, honestly.
Do you live with a bunch of trans roommates?
Yes. Well, I'm actually newfound tranny. I haven't really, I've like just barely talked about it. I've been
I
transitioning.
love the T-slur within 5 minutes of
I
an
love
episode
it.
opening
No.
up.
Well,
That is good for my YouTube account.
I told myself I can't start openly saying it until I've been taking estrogen for 6 months. And I'm on my 7th month almost. So there we go. I earned my slur rights. Yay!
This is an interesting question. I've been writing about this for a little bit. I've been asking at shows who people think can say dyke, and I get different answers every show. I get completely different. None of them make any sense. I was like, someone said bisexual women, like bisexual femmes can't say dyke. And I was like, you're telling me that when my girlfriend has my pussy in her mouth, she is not a dyke?
Come on. That's dyke activity right there.
Like I'm like, be like, dig in there, girl. Find the dyke.
Right,
Find the dyke. Like, You're
I'm an
saying
internet mama.
Yeah, like
I'm wearing North Face. Can I say it?
Yeah.
no, you can't. You can only say it hatefully,
Yeah.
like about
Oh,
people
perfect.
at Pride. Like you can say it in North Face.
Yeah. Welcome, Dykes.
Brienne, what do you think? What's your stance on it? By the way, I don't think there's a right answer. I like just don't say it hatefully. That's my opinion.
That's my opinion when it comes to slurs as well. I mean, I'm not going to say the N-word.
No.
Thank you for clarifying.
I have to say that.
We have to clarify that we can't just say everything as long as it's not.
I think the way I feel about it is like there are several words I will never say, but if I hear you say it, I'm gonna think about who you are and how you're saying it before I get mad at you. You know what I mean?
Right.
You could call me a tranny.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
This is entrapment. We've been on for 5 minutes.
Ash's first cancellation of 2025 coming in hot.
Am I canceled? Can I be canceled for saying that? Are my trans elders going to be like, you're setting us up?
I have bad news for you about the gay community. You can be canceled for fucking anything.
That's what I was. Yeah. I've already kind of had my fair taste in that already. My fair share.
It just like, can everyone just shut the fuck up? Donald Trump is president. Can
Make
we
America-
all just fucking get on the same page about what actually matters? I feel like we've kind of lost our way a little bit.
Make America great again, honey.
Sorry, Brie,
I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump. I don't like Trump.
Oh my God, you don't have to say that.
Okay.
Sorry, Brie, I cut you off about whether or not who can say dyke.
We're still on this question.
I think that people that don't center men in their lives can say dyke. So, like, if you're a bisexual woman, but you continuously still center men in your life, and like that's a priority for you still, I don't think, or I don't like, because I'm not the, like, you know, I'm not the decider.
Right. No one's really the decider.
No one's the decider, but I don't like, that's the honest truth, when when they're saying dyke.
Wait, straight woman who's been like voluntarily celibate for like a decade, hates men, and is just gonna die without another man inside of her. Can she call herself a dyke?
She can say dyke. I'm more inclined for her to say dyke.
Yeah, I think she has dyke. She has dyke rights.
I actually think that she has more dyke rights because she's really taking it on the chin. Like, she can't fuck anybody because she's not gay.
Yeah,
right. And she's not gonna fuck a man. So she's
so nuns. Can all nuns say dyke, or is God the man that's centered in their life?
Nuns are dykes. You heard it here first. Nuns are 100% dykes.
Nuns are fucking dykes, bro. I'm telling you. Every single one of you is a dyke. My grandma was almost a nun. My grandma was almost a dyke.
Thank God she was not.
God.
I know. Isn't that crazy?
I wouldn't want her to be a dyke. Oh my God.
You know, that's crazy.
Are you in touch with her? Are you out to her?
Oh my God. So my dad is from Peru. And so Spanish people move in units. So when they all moved to Vegas, there was like this grand Peruvian exodus to Las Vegas. And so, I'm so close to my family. Like, literally, my grandma got me a granddaughter birthday card for my birthday last September. I fucking cried at the buffet at 10 in the morning. I did.
You're at the freaking Golden Nugget at the at the buffet in Las Vegas.
No, it was like a station casino. It was not. I don't even know what it was. I don't remember the casino.
Brendan, let me introduce you. We have
hello.
content creator Brenna Jordan on the podcast today. You are so funny. You're so authentic. You're so open.
So funny.
I meant to have you on here earlier, and I've just sort of had a tough year and a half, and I've been behind on a lot of my
9/11.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. It was my personal 9/11.
It's a domino effect. You're still feeling the residuals.
It's a ripple. It is a ripple in the economy and the society. And now it's touching the gay world. So.
But I'm so glad that you're here. That, you know, like, tell the people about yourself a little bit, what you're working on, like, you know, how you like to be referred to and stuff like that.
Well, hello, my name is Brendan, but that is TBD because I'm currently deciding if I want a bitch name or not. Yes. Not a bitch name, a girl name. Oh, sorry.
No, you can
Brendan,
say that.
as a cis woman, I
just want something that sounds bitchier.
you can say bitch. I'll let you have it.
Okay. Yay. Thank you. Oh my God. Okay. So yes, I do. I'm like ruining it. I am TBD with that name as of now. I haven't really told anyone that. I've been making content online since I was 15 and it has literally gone through so many phases. I mean, when I was younger, I was a beauty boy, which disgusting. I mean, the money was great, girl. Like L'Oreal, yes. Like pay
really?
Me, yes. Dude, no joke. Like people who do beauty, even nowadays, like the money is stupid. The money is so stupid at how much you can make, especially if you're good and you like what you're doing. Like these people will throw like $6,000 in front of you.
I'm about to shift. I am about to rebrand.
You become a beauty influencer. Fucking crazy.
I opened my TikTok. It's just Ash doing like a full face beat.
Get ready with me. Brendan, I'm a little mad at you. You did seem a little shocked that could be something that I'd be successful at, and I don't really like that attitude.
You can wear North Face and apply mascara. They are not mutually exclusive, in my opinion. Yeah, so now I am heading towards comedy. I mean, I was doing some skits online. Nice. I know.
Stand up? You want to do stand up?
I've been doing it secretly. I just don't post about it.
Yeah. Love that.
It's honestly fucking terrifying, dude.
So you're moving into stand-up comedy. You were like a makeup YouTuber, beauty YouTuber. What other lives have you, like, it sounds like you've like inhabited a lot of spaces.
Yeah, I mean, I went viral at the age of 15. I was like kind of being a little fag, like dancing in the, sorry. Can I say that?
I say it. I say it on this podcast.
Awesome. So yeah, I went viral at the age of 15. I was dancing in the background of a news camera, and then that kind of started. I know.
What was the news story?
It was like a mall opening. I don't even really know what they were talking about half the time. I just remember asking if they wanted to do interviews because I clearly knew a lot about this mall at that age. And I just stayed behind the camera and started doing my little jig, literally. And it got picked up within 24 hours. People say your life can't change overnight. It did, though, which is crazy. Yeah. Which is fucking insane.
True.
And so
it can start to change overnight if you
like, true.
You know what I mean? Like if you keep posting, you have the content ready, like you're prepared for that moment. It can change overnight if you've been doing the work.
Stroking the bean until it sprouts out of the ground. Exactly.
That's exactly how a female orgasm works.
That's what. Yeah.
That's good to know.
That's what I say.
Just to make sure I know how to get someone there.
Also, some people just like natural star power. Like
you do.
Some people would do that, but behind a camera, and it would never get picked up, right? So there's a reason it gets picked up. It's because you're a star. You know.
Well,
like if I danced behind a news camera, it's going nowhere. I promise you. Like it's fucking going nowhere. Like I could go find 10 news cameras today, dance behind them, and nothing.
They're like,
crickets.
we're gonna need to cut this footage to spare this woman's life. If we release this, she will be dead within 24 hours.
They will find her. They will find her. She will be on a watch list somewhere. So yeah, I mean, literally, I became an accidental influencer essentially because my platform grew from like it was a personal page, 200, 300 followers to 100,000. Within 2 days.
Wow.
Dude, it went really viral.
You have no. Like RuPaul's Drag, Kim Kardashian was posting it. And then Lady Gaga, because I was such a big Gaga fan and I was doing, her demonic symbols on the camera, she picked it up and shared it and loved it. And she reached out to me because of it or posted it. And ever since then, it was just kind of, I didn't know what the fuck
Brendan,
to do from there.
I do this literally every day. I have 3 podcasts now. The 3rd is coming out. I post all the time. I cannot make that happen. And you walked into frame on a news. I'm like actually going to blow my fucking brains out. Like I can't.
I hear you on that because it's literally been 10 years. And I'm like, okay, how do I don't want to replicate it, but how do I replicate the effects of it? You know what I mean? In a different capacity. But I think that that's also rewarding because it is rewarding to work for something that you are passionate about instead of just being, yeah, never mind. What the fuck am I talking about?
I want to work. I want to work for that.
I don't want to work.
I want to find that next news camera. I want to find
She's
that
gonna be
next
dancing
newscast.
around New York next week. Find all the cameras.
Well, thank you so much for being here. And like, what are you working on now that you want people to like go and check out? Because I'm gonna go check it out. I love you. I'm in love with you.
I'm gonna start posting my shit online, honestly, because I've just been getting too scared. My shit, yeah. Yeah. Have you ever heard of the internet, honey?
I'm gonna try this new thing called the internet.
Yeah, I'm gonna start. Yeah. Well, I honestly haven't been posting, so I think I'm just really gonna get back into that this year because I just want to establish whatever the fuck I'm doing, honestly. But yeah, doing stand up. But then I'm also at an improv school right now. I just like clown school. I love it.
Oh my god, are you at the Groundlings?
Yeah. On a diversity scholarship. Aren't I just the face of diversity? I just said I'm a female, and then they let me in. It was awesome. And there's no trans woman there. Basically, I don't know. I've tried looking. It's far and none.
Wait, just so that I know for when I'm talking to you, how would you describe your sexuality? Like lesbian or pansexual or?
This one's been quite hard. I'm not gonna not lick a vagina in my life. I feel like that's definitely coming soon. But I will say
it's a goal. 2025 goal list.
I'm not gonna not lick it if it's in front of me. If it's there, I'm not gonna not. It's like free samples at an ice cream shop.
If it smells good, it tastes good. That's what I'm saying. But honestly, at this point, I am very much interested.
Brendan, I'm gonna have you back every fucking week.
You're so fucking funny.
I love you.
Oh, I'm just enjoying the show right now. You're so funny.
You're so funny.
Oh, yeah, thank you. Can you tell my parents that? Dude, my
mom send them the episode.
Turned on one of the podcasts I was on, and she's like, I had to stop watching it. I just was too scared to hear what you were going to say. And I'm like, you know what, Mom? Good. I'm glad you turned it off, to be quite honest. But what the fuck was I saying? Oh, yeah. It's interesting to go from being a gay flaming fag to now technically, I guess, saying straight. It's crazy. I know.
Oh my God.
I mean, technically, I am a trans woman, but I'm attracted romantically and sexually to men now. So
yeah,
I guess it's giving hetero, but it just feels weird.
Yeah.
I just say queer.
Well, don't you?
Because I don't associate myself with that world. Hetero is a
but don't you think like it's one of those things? And I'm not trying to like take anyone's labels away from them, but it does feel like it's spicy straight. It's not regular straight.
Yeah.
Because like you, for two reasons. First of all, you don't want to lose your queer identity in it, right? Like I hear from bisexual cis women all the time, like that they hate feeling separated from their queer identity when they're dating men, cis men. You know, like that's something that
that's totally valid too.
Yeah. Right. And then also like, it's not to like, I do want a more perfect world, but the reality is the type of guy that's willing to date trans women is a different type of guy. Like it's just
spicy
not
straight.
It's spicy straight, right? Like it's not totally
and
straight.
That's just me speaking from my experience. Like there are a bunch of girls out there that I'm sure would disagree with what we're saying, which is totally right in their mind and their experience. But also, I mean, the guy I'm dating right now is queer. He identifies as queer, you know, but he's attracted to women primarily, but loves a good tranny. But, you know, he's not a chaser.
Don't we all?
Can I just say that?
Yeah.
Dude, okay. I've allowed myself 5 times to say the word tranny. I think I've exceeded about 7. So
I actually think you're at 4. Alex,
you have one more. You've saved up one more for the end of the show.
Alex, how many times?
I haven't been counting.
Why not,
Alex?
Alex
Is back there doing like
Alex, we need a tranny tally. A tranny tally.
Alex, I want you to
6.
write down those words.
There's 5 and 6. Please don't cancel me.
No one's gonna cancel you. I can't guarantee that at all. Should I get into my guys, I hate that we're like
Guys.
almost half. Oh my God. I'm so
Sorry.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ash
I'm
is
so sorry.
canceled. Ash is
I'm
canceled.
canceled again. Fuck the T word, faggot, dyke, everything else we fucking said on this podcast. I just said guys.
You're over. You're done.
It's
I'm
done,
done.
honey. It's done for you.
Listener, are you listening to our Patreon exclusive You're Having Gay Sex? Well, here's a sneak peek of what you missed last week.
I'm a non-binary trans femme polyamorous lesbian, and Thunder is a non-binary lesbian who is also poly. Me and a partner of mine are both actively chewing on a chew toy necklace that I recently got us. Yes, we are those kind of autistics. And they end up stopping in before I have a date come over later that evening as they wait for the rain to clear up for their queer roller blading group meetup. They are eating a spice.
Some of my listeners are so gay, it's like actually unbearable.
They're also like autistic,
Look out
but
for
they
your
have
niece.
so many relationships they're keeping up. I'm like, you're fidgeting, but you have like 6 girlfriends.
There are 4 bonus episodes a month of this series, You're Having Gay Sex, on our Patreon at the $10 tier and then 2 at the $5 tier. Patreon.com/WHGS. Listener, we got a fun one. Celebrating its 20th year, Dan Savage's Hump is a lovingly curated festival of short erotic films made by real people for real people. They take pride in celebrating all body types, shapes, ages, colors, sexualities, genders, kinks, and fetishes. This festival is a sex-positive and shame-free environment. Hump creates spaces for exploring sexuality without stigma, reinforcing the importance of open communication around sex and pleasure. Plus, it's ethical content. Hump shares a portion of all ticket sales with the filmmakers featured in its lineups, ensuring people are paid for the work that they create and contribute. In addition, all films are eligible for up to $10,000 in cash prizes awarded by audience vote to the favorites in categories of Best Sex, Best Kink, Best Humor, Most Creative, and Best in Show. This year is Hump's 20th anniversary, so there's never been a better time to be there. Part 1 is screening in Seattle, Portland, and San Francisco right now and starts a 40-plus city tour in late March. Tickets are on sale right now at humpfilmfest.com, and you can save 10% on yours with promo code SEX. That's humpfilmfest.com, promo code SEX. Happy humping!
Anyway, I had, oh my gosh, can I just say that I had, here's the thing, I'm in an open relationship, Brendan. I
Okay,
don't,
good. You're not
me
cheating.
and my, no, never. Me and my, because I literally cannot. Me and my girlfriend, we have.
She's been trying to find the way. She's been trying to find the
I've been
loophole, but
trying
she can't.
to cheat so hard, but I keep telling my girlfriend, and she's like, "That's so great for you. I'm so happy for you." But,
Awesome.
But me and my girlfriends are open for hookup. Me and my girlfriends. I just said that plural. Did you hear that?
Are you in a polycule?
No, I'm not. We don't develop feelings for other people. That's like
Okay,
off the
you just
table.
fuck.
We just have sex or hook up or whatever.
Yeah.
And we don't, as much as people listen to this podcast and think I'm a massive whore, I actually don't hook up that much. Like the past 2 years, I've probably only hooked up with like 3 to 6 people outside of my relationship.
That's
That's
kind of
not
a
that
lot.
much. Oh.
No.
That was the straight gay dichotomy. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
That's not that bad.
Yeah.
That sounds like a lot.
that was perfect.
Oh, God.
Well, I don't think it's that much. I would say Jen,
I
my
don't think it's
girlfriend,
that much. And that's my gay brain, for sure.
yeah, she's in the same camp. And what I really love, before I got back together with my girlfriend, after we're like very happy and very stable, but she's a little younger than me. So we took this really long break for her to like find herself before we decided to make it official. And I'm like going to be proposing this year, and I'm really, really excited.
Does she know?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she knows.
Okay. I was like,
we like talk
is she
about
gonna
it.
watch this? Okay.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, do we cheer or do we like Are you like what? Okay.
No, we're like boring in that way. We talk about everything and we're still really excited about it. And
That's awesome.
also, she doesn't listen to this anymore, so I could literally say whatever the fuck I wanted and she'd have
awesome.
no idea. You'd have to really, you'd have to send her the link and the timestamp, and I still don't think that she would go. She is so sick of my bullshit. Are you joking? She's not like gonna go and watch this.
She's like,
She's just gonna heart it. She's just gonna heart it.
Yeah, exactly. She'll be like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, it was so cute. Yeah, thanks for sending.
Anyway, the thing that I have really only experienced a handful of times in my life is when you have a roster of people that you're sleeping with.
Mhm.
There is one person in the very special position of the regular friends with benefits, and it's like a true friends with benefits situation. You're like
Okay.
actually not emotionally attached to each other, and for an extended period of time you can have really good sex with this person and be friends and have it not get complicated. I like, this is like the goal for every kind of open person, I think, like wants this so badly. I don't know if you've ever, have either of you ever had that?
This sounds like a lesbian thing, if
No.
I'm going to be quite honest.
No.
Really? Actually,
No.
wait,
No.
Sorry, that sounds complete opposite of a lesbian
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Because, never mind. I totally just went against every stereotype I've ever heard about lesbian.
Good for you.
I don't think I've ever...
Uncancelled.
I know.
Say the T slur as many
Thank
times
you
as you
so
want.
Much. Yay! I earned it. I honestly, I feel like I don't think I could do an open
I couldn't either.
polycule. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it. I really don't think I could.
I'm too emotional.
I have so much respect for people that do that. I
Yeah.
have so much respect for people that do that, but I just feel I don't know, call it insecurity, call it whatever you want to call it, but
No,
just
I
don't
don't-
feel comfortable.
I'm like, can I just say something? I hate that I'm under the poly umbrella. I hate that I'm under it because I hate the way I just hate this, love, it's so the universe. No, shut up.
Yeah.
I can't stand it, but I
Yeah.
am technically under it. So like,
You are.
you know what I mean? It's so annoying. Like,
Have you seen the recent viral TikToks talking about the poly look?
No, what's the poly look?
Oh, what is that?
This guy posted and he was like,
Don't even get
you
me
know,
started on straight
I know.
polyamory. Don't.
He was-
Oh, that's actually a whole other dichotomy.
They're part of the problem.
different thing.
Is it like the
This-
ones who like?
This is how I'll make it palatable. Straight polyamory, and I love you if you're listening to this podcast. Thank you for being here. If you are a bisexual little femme
Yeah.
and you and your boyfriend do some weird shit, okay?
Yeah.
I love that.
You go
for
on the cruises. The
Yeah.
cruises. I'm seeing a lot about the cruises.
But it is a problem for your brand.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put it out there.
And it's
You have
made
a
up.
branding problem.
I'm just kidding. Sorry.
And you're not valid. And we don't believe you.
We don't believe you. The arm hair's blue, and suddenly we're pan.
What's the poly look, Brie?
This guy just posted and he was like, I have nothing against people who are poly, but why do they all look like
Yes.
that?
Yes.
And then he said nothing else, but then there's all these poly people, mostly straight poly people, stitching it and being like, what do you mean look like that? And everyone in the comments is like
they're
you.
all like
that.
guys.
Like
they're
that.
all like guys who, frankly, look like me. They have shoulder length brown hair and like maybe
beard.
maybe a beard, and they're like a little bit Brooklyn looking, and they
They
work.
live I was just gonna say Silver Lake or
Yes,
Brooklyn.
so
They
like-
work at Google. They work at
Yes.
Google, but they don't want you to know that.
They make
Yeah.
6 figures.
They're cosplaying poor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can see this. They go to Trader Joe's
Yes.
and Erewhon.
And Erewhon. Yeah. But they don't post about the Erewhon
They don't
part.
post about the Erewhon. They just
Yeah.
love the Trader Joe snacks. So anyway,
No. I dated this one faggot who was like an Erewhon member. No, I was like, oh my dear God, it's feeling sissy in here. I gotta go.
well, anyway, I don't even know if I love this episode so much. I love when we like can't even fucking get to a story, but I
The chit chat's just too fun.
I think my last friends with benefits situation was like probably 2021, like
Right.
maybe a little bit into 2022, but it's really hard to find that person. And I think I found her. I think I found her.
Like, how'd you find her?
I was in, I'm not going to say which city I was in,
I
but
need to know who this
just
is.
imagine a city. What do you guys think the hottest city in America is? Where the women are like the hottest?
Seattle, New York.
That's such a lesbian answer.
Oregon,
Seattle.
Oregon.
I want a woman in layers.
Portland.
I want them layered up. I want wool socks and Merrills.
Brendan's officially a dyke. Like,
You
you
are a
can't say
dyke.
Seattle, Oregon is the hottest people.
I don't want her carrying around a sex toy. I want her to have a little like
yeah,
bag of
it.
gorp. A bag of gorp.
Wearing a flannel. It's flannel. It's a flannel.
What do you think, Brie? Hottest city in America?
I would go New York. I would go
Okay.
New York. Whenever I go to New York, people look hot.
Alex, what do you think?
I'd say New York or Miami. We'll say Miami.
Oh, Miami. Now that's a look. That's a look right there.
Okay,
Miami.
well, I'm not going to say where I was, but it was one of those cities.
Seattle,
I think it was Miami.
New York.
I have a
I'm not-
feeling.
I am not confirming or denying, but I met this girl. And
I have a feeling that someone who would be into this would be in Florida. So I'm leaning towards a Florida local.
Okay.
It's giving Florida.
Okay, I'm gonna I don't like to talk about women's bodies. I think it's like fucking rude, and also like you're into what you're into, but this like woman was so, we have a phrase on here
Miami.
with
It's Miami.
Miami. It is Miami. No, I know. The evidence is there. You talk. When I think of Miami, I think of body. I think of body. Right.
Body,
Tan
body.
skin.
Yes.
Mhm. It's Miami, but it's fine. You're not saying it. We are.
I'm not saying it. I'm also like, I don't really have a physical type. I will really fuck anybody.
Yeah.
Like
Any
I
man
love-
with a beard for me.
I love women so much. Like I love them that
Yeah.
I like whatever they're bringing to the table. I can be like, it's sort of like getting really good like cuisine. They're like, don't tell me you're only going to eat Italian food. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Like, have you had really good Japanese food? Have you had really like you can get really good anything. You know
Have
what
you
I mean?
tried the sushi?
Right.
This is the definition of objectification. What I'm doing right now.
Totally.
Yeah.
But-
You're definitely
Women
poly.
are food.
Oh.
Yeah, this is giving Polly. This is giving Polly.
No,
Okay.
no. What gives me poly is the fact that you say you don't have a type. I would be horrified to date you.
Everyone is beautiful, but you know what that is? I have more of a type like romantically, but
Okay.
physically, I've had so much sex at this point that I really feel like I can get into anything.
Right.
You are trained. You have experience. You
I
know
have a
how
lot
to
of
get
experience.
yourself
Like
there.
I know how to enjoy myself. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I know
right.
how to have a good time.
Yeah. No, I wish I was there.
But she was so much fun. We had like instant chemistry, and
That's hot.
I just feel like we made friends, and I did something that I've never done before. Can I tell you what it was?
God.
What
yeah.
was
You guys
it?
are gonna be like, after hearing everything I've said, you're gonna be like, this is the most vanilla shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Okay.
You're like, I kissed her before we had sex.
Well, Brendan, I have a disability called Ehlers-Danlos, which makes me hypermobile.
Oh, okay.
You see how I'm
Okay.
like bending my hand right now? I can,
Can you go all the way?
yeah, I can like touch all the way back and forth and stuff like that.
Stop. Wait,
Does anyone
that's kind of
when
cool.
you show people, does anyone not do what I just did? Like I feel like it's impossible. It's like impossible to not try.
Straight men don't do this because they're afraid. They're afraid.
They're afraid of looking like a sissy,
Yeah.
a nasty
Fair.
sissy. Oh,
True.
I
Um,
love sissies.
So I didn't think it mattered for sex, but the other week I had sex with this woman, and she was like, "What did you do?" Like, I really liked that, and I showed her what I was doing with my thumb, and she was like, "I can't make my thumb that shape." I was like inside of her and like hitting her clit with my thumb, and she was like, "I think that's because you can bend your thumb backwards," and I was like, "Are you sure?" And
Like
she was
all
like,
the way backwards like that?
"Yeah, like I see how far it goes."
Oh, you're like
For comparison, I
hitchhiking.
can't.
Yeah, for hitchhiking. So she was like, I think it's that. And I was like, no, like, I don't think that's what it is. But then I had my fingers inside of this woman from like behind, like this.
Yeah.
And she was like falling off we had really good sex. She was like, we had sex for like 6 hours. Like it was a
Holy
great,
shit.
6 hours.
yes,
Is that
That's too
normal for
long.
lesbians?
unfortunately.
Not for me. Not for me.
What
Fucking,
Dude,
I'm
I think
tired.
after an hour and a half, I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
we need to block this schedule out a bit
It
more.
was a lot, but we had great chemistry. We really hit it off.
No, that's
so
hot. I
Also,
love
she was
that.
like so sweet and like bubbly and kind and like I
Yeah.
just had, you know what I mean? Like we
Yeah.
were talking and laughing
Yeah.
and stuff, and like
I can't say the same about Miami men. but
No.
we have not confirmed or
Oh.
denied that this is Miami.
Right. That is right.
Yes, we
I agree
definitely
with you.
haven't.
We
We
have.
haven't at all. We
We
have
have
no
not.
idea.
Alex, please
Could
put
be
up
Seattle.
a graphic. This is not Miami.
This is not Miami. This is not Miami.
It's Ohio.
So I'm inside of her. She's like sliding off the bed, and her full body weight is coming down on my wrist, and my wrist is bending, and like my fingers are bending.
Oh my
And
god.
I was like, maybe this hypermobility is actually really helpful because
Yeah.
my hand
Yeah.
is not broken right now. Like,
Yeah.
well,
my
and your
hand-
stamina too. You must have like insane muscle in your thumb.
Oh, I don't
Yeah.
think so.
Oh no.
Maybe in my thumbs specifically.
I mean,
All these lesbian listeners are going to be breaking their thumbs back because of this
Yeah.
PSA.
No, guys,
new
do
lesbian
not.
stretching.
Yeah, we're going to be
Yeah,
all.
lesbian stretches.
I don't think like I'm not out here being like, I don't know that I'm good in bed. Like, I don't know that this is helpful. Please don't do this. Me and this girl, we just had natural chemistry. Like, we were, you know what I mean? Like, don't worry about it, okay? Chemistry
Yeah.
matters more than anything. Do not bend your thumb back. I
No.
can't fucking the healthcare system is already so bad. They're not gonna this is a pre
You will
a
not
les-
have a copay.
yeah, they're not going to take this, okay? You're going to need Luigi for you to get any money out of this, all right? So anyway,
Oh, he's so hot. I hate that I found he was hot too, because I'm not trying to like be a part of the group think, but he is a sexy
he's
one.
hot.
as listen, I'm a lesbian. As soon as I saw him, I was like, Jen's going to be into this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, anyway, this woman is sliding off the bed and my wrist is about to need surgery. So I never bring this up because it doesn't matter to me because it is literally my fingers that we're talking about. But like
Right.
her vagina was like really tight. Like
Strong.
Strong. I was just gonna
Actually-
say strong.
Yeah.
I've never experienced one where like I had trouble getting my fingers in. Like I've never had
What?
that.
I mean, I've never experienced any of it, so I don't know what I'm talking about.
But
Yeah.
like fingers are not that big. Like they're not.
Yeah.
And she was like really turned on. And I was like she's falling off the bed. I'm having trouble getting back in there. She was like, you should spit. And I was like,
yeah.
I've never spat.
You've never spat?
Really?
I-
I thought that's like normal.
Yeah.
I think it is pretty normal.
Wow.
But I've just like never had a problem getting in there. Like I've just never
Is
not
it
had
because
enough lubrication.
that organ is usually self-lubrication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Lucky.
So I was like,
But I spit regardless of if it's already lubricated. It's part of the show, baby.
right. Thank you.
You know,
I was
like,
gonna say
come on.
that. I'm like, yeah, no, it is part
I'm
of the
just
show.
not that type of top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm the more the
Right.
type of top that's like, I'll get rough, but I'm not gonna like, I'm not like degrading. Does that make sense?
Right.
Sometimes I don't view the action of spitting as degrading, though.
No,
It
not
depends
actually
how it's
degrading,
done.
but the performance of degradation is not something that
That you're vibing
I'm more
with.
of like a praise.
Oh, wow. I'll let you know then, Ash. Sorry.
I love it.
Okay.
Ash just got so turned on. Ash is horny.
Oh no! What are you talking about?
Oh, God.
Ash is sliding off her chair.
But so I was like, okay, but I was like, I'm not gonna hawk a loogie on my fingers. Like that's
Oh, God, well, don't do that. That's not what we're
So-
talking about.
Oh my god.
well, like
don't
spitting on
ever do
command
that.
is hard without a HAWK TUAH. Like it's like hard without. I have to collect saliva in my mouth. I have to.
You're not just
I have to-
salivating at the sight of a vagina. You're not just
You
like,
need to- You need to get some electrolytes or something. If
You shouldn't be that.
I'm a little dehydrated.
Yeah, I think it's dehydration.
I have been talking for like 3 hours that night. I will say, like I've been
right.
You were yapping. Right. Oh, never mind. You were performing.
Yeah, I feel my mouth literally gets dry. Whatever. So I was like, okay. So I'm not gonna spit from a distance. I don't have practice. I don't have aim. So I was like, because I'm standing. So I pull my fingers out. And
you were standing?
This is so funny.
She's like bent over the edge of the bed. This is a graphic episode.
No. I'm trying to, I'm a visual learner.
I'm standing. Okay. She's falling off the bed. So I'm literally like crouching, trying to keep my fingers inside of her and to keep my hand from breaking.
I know exactly the picture in my head now.
And so I take my fingers out. I like give a little patooey. Patooey. And then I...
Vile.
That was horrific.
I go back in and I'm like, oh my God, that really worked. And I don't know why I was so surprised at how satisfying it was. I really enjoyed it.
And this person wants to sleep with you again?
Yeah. Oh, shit. Well, friends are benefits, honey.
Okay, I don't have this soundboard, but Christmas time is here. That was upsetting.
No, that's beautiful. Wait, so when you say it was satisfying, was the action of spitting the thing was satisfying?
I felt like it turned me on. And
and you've done it ever since.
No, because this was like 3 days ago. But
oh, Jesus Christ! Welcome. Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
2025.
New year, new spit, new me.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I had once spat like into a woman's mouth because it felt like that's what it called for.
It was Sometimes you could just feel it, like someone's.
But like those are the only 2 times I've spit. I've never spit for lube, and I'm a fan. I think I might do it in the future, and I think I might try and spice it up and like be a little more performative about it. And
it's hot. I think the action of it's hot. I mean, it's sex. There's an exchange of fluids constantly, so you're just adding one more to the cocktail.
I definitely like licked from some fingers and had fingers licked, but like it was new. And shout out to this woman. Oh my God, we had so much fun.
This episode is brought to you by Green Chef. They are my favorite meal kit. They make eating healthily and deliciously, if I can say that, really, really easy. If you want to create better eating habits that last, and I know I do, I'm always on the road, Green Chef makes it easy with dietitian-developed recipe options featuring fresh organic produce and quality whole foods delivered right to your door each week. Stay on track even on your busiest days with salads ready in 5 minutes or less, ready to blend smoothies, that's huge for me, and grab-and-go protein-packed breakfasts. I'm just amazed that we can even cook this stuff so fast and so easily. Last night, Jen and I had their green beans on the side covered in pesto, and this stuff is actually so delicious. I had my face in the bowl. Green Chef can even keep you feeling energized and curb cravings through dry January with a specially curated hydration bundle. Thrive all year with clean, easy meals from Green Chef. Go to greenchef.com/gayfree and use code GAYFREE to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. One more time, that's greenchef.com/gayfree and use code GAYFREE to get started with free salads for 2 months plus 50% off your first box. Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating well.
Brendan, have you had gay sex this week?
I've had sodomy. Sodomy. Does that count as gay sex?
I think that's the gayest sex that you can have.
Yeah. I mean, that's where I get confused because it's like, can I even say I have gay sex anymore? Because it's queer.
Right.
It's queer. It is queer. Yes, I have. I actually just had a finger inside me last night. It was marvelous.
Lovely. Yeah.
It was fabulous.
Fun. Samantha from Sex and the City there a little bit.
That's exactly what I was channeling. Well, sorry, Mom. I did have a finger in me last night. It was the index. It was left hand. and it was around 12:30 at night or in the morning. Hey,
so just a
technically.
casual one, or unless they're left-handed.
Just a casual
like, why
one.
are they?
I will
Unless
say
they're
this.
left-handed. Wait a minute. I have to unpack that. What the fuck did that mean? It's casual when you're using the non-dominant
Well, I'm
hand.
just saying, if you're just doing one finger with your non-dominant hand, to me, that is like, we're not trying to really go crazy here.
Yeah.
I'm just, I'm just doing.
We
like,
don't
I'm just,
feel casual?
yeah.
I mean, we were watching Forrest Gump. So
Yeah, see, it's a casual Forrest Gump finger up the
I'm just
ass.
kidding.
Like, it is
I
what
tried
it
to
is.
say the craziest movie. That did not
Okay,
happen.
I'm glad it's not real because I have to make a box of chocolates joke there, and
No, that did not happen. That did not happen. No, it literally, okay, so the thing is I will not have sex until I'm married. So I am very much it takes a while for me to get to know someone like that and to open up physically. If you know what I'm saying. It's very interesting to me to I don't know, I'm very oral. And it's been hard to find partners that I'm totally just letting everything out. It's been,
no, we that's why this podcast exists. I think what's so amazing, not to like toot my own horn, and I had honestly, when I started this podcast, I didn't know this would be the impact, but we've interviewed like 250 people almost, and no queer sex. I think what we're, unpacking is like everybody's different, and it feels like the narratives around queer sex
is completely different.
It's completely different than what is actually happening because there is no giant record of sex the way that there is with straight sex. And that's one of the reasons I love this podcast is like every single episode, people are like, oh, I'm actually more like that. And it's like really nice for them to have access. So I like appreciate that you're being open.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that, by the way. And I also agree with you on that. I think it wasn't until I realized that other people were like me that it was also okay to be the way I was and not have shame about liking what I like and not liking what I like. Because I think,
listener, if that's you, if you haven't heard your guest yet, like
I just say oral centric. I'm a big talker anyway, so it's not surprising to me.
Right. When you say oral, do you mean like dirty talk or do you mean like oral sex?
Oral sex mainly. I mean, I think it's definitely, there's a lot of fun to be had and a lot of creativity that you can come up with when you're just engaging in solely oral sex, non-penetrative.
Yeah.
And I feel it does.
You're so lesbian.
You're such a lesbian.
I know I'm lesbian.
I don't do penetration like on myself. Like I don't like anyone penetrating me.
I don't like it that either.
I don't like it.
I'm not gonna walk around with a dildo in my ass.
I feel you. Yeah, no, it's not for me either.
Not many people are, but if that's you.
But if you do that, that's great. Yeah, it's also valid. So yeah, I mean, I have just been barely getting comfortable with the action of doing so. And honestly, it's been a little bit not triggering for me. I'm just a huge people pleaser. So in bed, that obviously translates. And I want my partner to feel that as well. I want them to have as much of a great time as I am. And I don't want to ever feel like I'm being selfish. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with penetration, obviously. Like a lot of people like it for a reason. But I think everyone has a right to what they want to do in bed and what they don't want to do in bed. Yeah. And I think it's important never to feel guilty for what you want and what you don't like. You just not compatible with the person if it's a no-go, which is totally fine too. I mean, it's so weird because I have dated men who I'm just very romantically compatible with, very, like we have great conversation, but when it comes to bedtime, it just doesn't work. It's
That's so interesting.
And it sucks, dude, because it's like, oh my God, like I was like, you're like having a hard on at the cafe from just the conversation alone.
Yeah.
And then when it comes down to it, everyone's naked. It's like, well, what do we do here?
This is so interesting. I've never heard, can we go down this route? Because I've never heard anyone like, because I'm the opposite. I feel like normally if the conversation is good, if the kissing is really good, the rest just kind of falls into place.
Well, I think that the thing that differs from my experience as a trans woman is very... I had to do it. I think what's different is because I am a trans woman who is not so much penetrative first, obviously the men I date, queer men, bi men, straight, whatever you want to call it, sometimes they are not into my frontal side and in fact want to pretend like nothing's even there.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. That's a big time thing that happens, especially on my end of things, of the girls' side is, I've been with guys who they're like, don't even want to talk about it. Don't even want to say the word dick, penis, cock, nothing.
What?
Some of them like call it a vagina or a clit or like they get
Do you
creative.
like that? Does that give you euphoria, or is that like?
It's weird because I don't know. I've had a constant battle with this, and it has unfortunately made me feel like I wasn't valid in who I was, and because I feel like a lot of the times, and a lot of girls do have dysphoria when it comes to genitals and things of that nature. I, for one, haven't had experience with, I have sometimes. I'm not saying it's not completely there, but not to the extent that other girls have, that I've seen, have witnessed. But everything else I've been dysphoric about. So for a while, I was like, is it just this one sole thing that's keeping me from, full sending it and just transitioning and doing what I needed to do in order to become me? But as you learn a bit more and get experience with, the community, you realize that is so not the case. And trans necessarily, dysphoria has to, I understand the gender dysphoria thing, but once you realize that it's not just one thing. And
it looks a lot of different ways.
Yeah. And it's such a personal journey as well. I still struggle with that concept.
Also, this isn't something that I've personally struggled with, but I would think, like, just thinking, trying to have empathy, like, I don't know that I would, we talk about this all the time, how passing shouldn't be the goal. And like, like every single step of the journey is a great one. And like,
sorry. Dude, I don't know what the fuck just happened.
I almost said the T slur. I was like, this bitch.
My headphones, I couldn't handle it.
You are a woman because you're bad at STEM, but
fuck yeah.
I would think that if I transitioned, it would make me really happy to have a partner that embraced that I was
a trans woman.
Trans.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, whatever, like, I would want, because I love, this is obviously different, but like, I'm like masculine and like have like a desire to feel like I want that masculinity to be attractive. I also like have a desire for the more feminine parts of me. A lot of people don't see that here. Yeah. And you never will. but like,
I ain't no sissy girl.
You know what I mean? Like I want both of those to be acknowledged, and when they are acknowledged, it makes me feel so attractive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So like
they're accepting you as your wholeness.
Yeah. So like to be that sucks. I'm so sorry you've been through that.
Oh, it's fine. I mean, honestly, a lot of the times it is their struggle, like the guy's struggle. I mean, I think I'm not trying to say like, oh, they have it so hard, the boys who are attracted to trans women or, find a trans woman attractive. They do have to go through a journey themselves.
They do.
They really
absolutely do. That is a sexuality journey that, like, I don't think a lot of people, I don't know if they're listening right now, like, cis male listener, maybe you're into trans women. We've had a Neil Rubenstein.
But it doesn't mean you're gay. You know what I mean? I can conclude that. When it goes to the specifics of body parts and what they're willing to do and what they're not willing to do, because sexuality is so nuanced like that. Like
it's complicated. Totally.
Right,
it's
like,
really complicated.
I've heard of guys who like being with trans women because they like to see that appendage, but they don't want to touch it or anything. They just like the visual component that it provides, which of course, when you go down that rabbit hole, it can get into some fetishistic point of views. So it's a constant struggle, constant debate.
It can, but like, couldn't it also just be a legitimate sexuality? Like,
right. That's where I'm also at battle in my head, because it's a fine line between chaser and a guy who prefers that. But
isn't it doesn't it just come down to the way they treat you? Like the sexuality part is a different piece
Yeah.
than treating someone as a human being.
Right. I totally agree with you on that specifically because I've always said that love knows no shame. And I'm not saying like the person has to be in love with you, but when they respect you and see you as a human being and not just for your transness or the sexual object, because most men are awakened to trans women first through pornography. Unfortunately, that's just how it is. So it is like a journey they have to go through to break down that sexual image into a humanistic form.
Yeah.
And not so much just this porn star.
I think beyond trans women, I feel like that's porn is so prevalent now that probably extends into
multiple.
A lot. You know, like
no, absolutely
the way we treat women generally.
Oh, fuck yeah. Well, and then you go into the topic of misogynoir and all that, you know, and just how it's just such like a leveled conversation that unfortunately it's like, it can't necessarily be solved, but you can figure out what it means for you. And I think everyone has to go through that journey regardless, honestly.
In all of my experiences with hooking up with trans people, of course I want to like explore myself and like understand how I'm feeling. But like for me, I think the most important thing is like trying not to really think about it. You know what I mean? Like just to like be present with the person and enjoy myself and like.
And if you're turned on, you're turned on.
You're turned on, you're turned on. Like you don't always have to have like an answer for everything. The way that the cis heteronormative like gaze makes these men feel like they're being gay or they're doing something like it's actually just freeing to just be like, I'm here and I like this. It doesn't have to have like a thing.
A label. You don't have to describe why you like it because it's like describing why you hate a certain food item or like a certain food item.
Yeah, you're so right.
You can describe the physical components of why you may not like something or the taste, but like truly, 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 why do you hate it or why do you like it? It's
you don't really know. You're just like, I just know
what
that
made you hate bananas or what made you hate certain food items. I think it's very interesting. And honestly, I feel like what's going back to what you were saying, Ash, is like when you're.
Thanks for calling me Ash, by the way.
I saw your name. I asked. I was like, "Is it Ashley or Ash?" Like,
I mean, most people who don't know me call me Ashley, but my friends call me Ash.
Okay. Well, Hey, what was I saying though? Oh yeah, because you were saying something like when your experience when you were in bed with a trans person. I think the best thing you can do is just be present because I mean I've had people who have like fully I've had someone who had like a breakdown who was like confused, you know, fully just trying to make it my problem and I had like talk them down this ledge. Some people are very objectifying and almost surprised at they're like, you're so small, you know, you feel like a woman, like they're very shocked that I'm not a man. And that I don't smell like a man or feel like a man, you know? And so there's also that, which that is totally objectifying too, because then you're almost viewed as like this weird science experiment. But I think the most important thing you can do is just ask like a trans person, you're like, what do you like? Like, what do you like? What do you don't like?
And that's what you
Because that's a question with anyone.
With anyone.
Like, it's literally the second you start treating them differently because they are trans, whether you have good intention or bad intention, you're going to be treating them differently, you know?
I also think, I mean, you tell me, I think it's okay if it's coming from a place of respect to be like, hey, this is new for me and I'm like a little nervous. Like, how do you feel? Like, what do you like? Like, are you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's so communicative. That's open. And I think someone can always feel the intention of someone's questions, whether or not they're respectful.
Yeah. Like when I have sex with women who've never been with a woman before, like, first of all, what a compliment. Thank you.
Hey!
Thank you for being here. And like, second of all, like, yeah, like I get it. Like as long as we're like having a good time, like you having questions is maybe it's not for everybody, but for me, I'm happy to. Anyone who's good in bed is probably communicating with you and asking questions.
Well, that's the thing. I think this is like a classic example of like once you're queer and you're in those communities, you start acting in a way that really the rest of the world should, right? Like,
Yes.
because we are
Yes.
quote unquote different, we change the way we interact with each other and we make these adjustments, like communicating and asking questions. But everyone should do that. Like, everyone before you have sex with someone should be like, what are the no's? Like, what are the, like, do you like
Yes.
this? Do you not like this? Are you cool with this? Are you not cool with this? Right? But like, straight people just go in fucking swinging. Like, they just like, they're like, I let's see if it works. Yeah. And they miss a lot.
A
Yeah.
lot. Well, I feel like
Yeah.
also just being queer and totally going through the journey of it, you develop such a more what would we call it? A better way of speaking, for lack of better terms.
Yeah.
You know what to say. You know, you learn certain things that or ways that you can ask questions and not ask questions.
Yes.
That's
In
does
a
that make
disrespectful
sense?
way.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
That was
Totally.
a hard thing. I knew what I was thinking in my head, but I didn't know.
No,
how to
I get it
say
totally. 100%. 100%. And I've found that, like, it obviously not in any way to the degree that you've experienced, but speaking to sleeping with quote unquote straight women, and everyone who's listening knows what I mean when I say that. But when I was sleeping with a lot of people that it was like
means
their
it's
first
fucking
time.
awesome.
Yeah.
No, but
Means you're flipping them. That's what it fucking means.
I'm going to come at this with a bit of a different perspective. My thing is with straight women, like, some lesbians love that, right? My experience was a little more like not loving it, in the sense that, like, I was so many people's first time, and it gets old so fucking fast.
Hell
Because
yes.
for a while it's like, oh, I feel like this is like
First
this is
timer,
like building my
Bree
ego.
is not for you, but I am. Come over
Ash
here.
loves it. I know that in the moment it feels like it's to a lot of people like hot and fun, like, oh, I'm the one who gets to do this with you. But like, the thing is, for me, is I feel like I'm, like you said earlier, like an experiment. And like, I'm just kind of, oh, I don't want to do this in any serious way with anyone else, but like, I find you hot and I guess I'll give it a go. And then you feel like kind of like this weird, like, you just took a trip to the fucking circus tonight with me. And then tomorrow
because they don't know
you're
what
like,
they're doing.
yeah, and then tomorrow you're like, oh, don't tell anyone about it. I don't want anyone to know. It's like all hush hush, low key, or
Well-
this big secret. Like, I'm over that. Like, I don't like that vibe. Yeah,
I know this isn't the topic, but can I comment on that a little bit?
Yeah,
Bree, has it been a while for you? Because culture has changed a little bit. I found that was true like 10 years ago.
Yeah. Were you in the 90s when you were doing this?
No, I'm serious.
I'll speak to this, Ash. I think that for you love it, and I think for you that's like part of your sexuality. I honestly think you enjoy it. It feels like a really fun moment for you to get to be that person. But like, speaking for a lot of people that are like lesbians right now that I'm friends with that are dealing with this because of the culture shift, so many girls are like, I want to try this.
Yeah.
Like, this feels fun, and like, they're finding so many people that like in no way want to have any serious relationship or long-term
I also
engagement with
in
them.
no way want to have any serious relationship with
Yeah. So for you,
So,
it's
like,
fucking perfect.
It's equal. But also, I'm like a little bit of an intimacy kink. Like, it's
Right.
not about being the exception to the rule. It's not the ego piece. It's like,
Right.
I'm watching them do something for the very first time.
So it feels very intimate and vulnerable.
And you like
Right.
watching them enjoy it.
And yeah, that's what I like about it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. No, I can totally see that. I'm not like that.
Yeah.
in
I don't
bed.
want people at home
Me
thinking
neither.
that like I have a fetish for straight girls. That's like not what it is. Like the spitting, like anything the first time is like just so
Yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for being like so open and vulnerable. And I think that was like a really, I don't know,
Really
Alex, what did you
awesome
think? I thought that was a
conversation.
really special conversation.
No, me too. I thought that this was just awesome. I feel like it's so
Yeah.
interesting to me because, you know, I have to do kind of get on myself. I don't really have that many conversations with lesbians. So thank you.
Would you like to come back?
Fuck yeah, I would. Are you kidding? And I think I need to dive into the community here in Los Angeles. It's hard to
Yes.
find I don't know. I haven't found the lesbian community yet here.
What are you doing this weekend?
Silver Lake.
Do you want to come to my show in Irvine? I know it's so
Fuck
far
yeah.
away.
No, I'll come. Can I bring my man?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll get you 2 tickets and you can come and be around lesbians.
Fuck yes! Oh
You'll
my
be
god,
around so many
Ash.
lesbians. You'll be over it so quick.
Are you serious? Dead ass, dude. Okay. Let's do this. Oh my God. Fuck yeah. I'm excited.
Alex, cut this from both. Bree, I don't think we have time for a story from you today.
Oh, no. I honestly, I don't even have a story.
I
so
knew
that
it,
was my little
but-
2 cents
But
at the
I
end.
can't say it. You know what, Alex? Fucking keep it. I can't say it on air because everyone's like, Ashley dominated the conversation and wouldn't let Bree talk. And I'm like, fuck you. We have to come here every week and bring in a new story. And sometimes we don't have it. And
We don't have
sometimes we
stories.
just want to sit here and riff.
Dude, it's
okay?
hard. It's hard. And honestly, the magic comes in the riffing. So
I had so much fun today just chit-chatting. Like, this was just so fun.
I honestly
Yeah.
like, it's so weird because I've been on podcasts where there was no structure and it just did not flow at all. But this was such a flow. Good flow.
Yeah.
Good flow.
Gorgeous. Beautiful.
Proud of
Beautiful
that.
flow.
Brendan, what do you want to plug?
Follow me on Instagram at Brenna W Jordan. It might change though. Yes.
We'll add an audio note if it does change. So
Thank you so
just
much.
Let us know. And
Yeah.
hopefully you won't feel like some people feel really like they don't want that name ever mentioned again, and other people are like more okay with it.
I'm so chill. I'm so
Okay.
chill. Like honestly, I accept and acknowledge it as part of my journey. And like I don't think, at least for me, I don't think I'll ever look back and be like, oh, I hate that was ever my name or anything like that. Like I just, I have to like hug.
You know what's
all
so
parts of
funny?
me.
I would love my name to be Brendan. Like, I literally would love to have that name.
You guys want to trade?
Yeah,
I'll have your cool girl name, and you can be Brienne, and I'll be Brendan.
yeah. See, and there's like that question. I'm like, do I even change
Brendan
it?
Williamson sounds like a guy I'm going fishing with.
Oh, that's fucking wild.
I'm on his boat at the lake right now.
That's my. You know what? That might be my 2025 journey. I might be
Bass
fishing at
Pro
the lake.
Shops, Bass Pro Shops, honey.
Look, I'm ready.
Other Brendan, is there anything, Bree, that you want to plug?
I'm back to posting on YouTube, which is fun. So you can go find me on YouTube, Brianne Williamson, and everywhere else, Brianne Williamson.
Yeah, and you're
That's it.
opening for me. I don't know when this will be out, but you're opening for me in my Western Canada tour.
I'm so excited.
Fuck yeah.
I'm so excited.
That's huge. Congrats.
But Edmonton will probably be sold out by the time this comes out.
my aunt's from there. Fuck
Does she
yeah.
want
Oh my God,
tickets?
yes. No, she doesn't live there anymore.
Oh,
She lives in Des Moines, Iowa, though.
nice. I like the funny bone in Des Moines.
Yeah.
So thank you, Edmonton, for selling us out. And Calgary and Vancouver, it's moving pretty fast.
I'm
so,
excited.
and then all my other tour dates. And your other podcast, I Can Explain
Yes.
podcast.
We're podcasting.
Yeah.
We're up every week with an episode.
Wasn't that so good? Thank you guys for listening. Patreon.com/WHGS. There's going to be a lot of bonus content from this episode on there because we just gabbed and gabbed. Bunch of girls gabbing. Just gabbing girls. Gavin, that's what they call me. Get on the text alert to see me when I come to your city. It's so helpful for me, for you to be on there to get a text. I know it's like, oh, is she going to bother me? No, you fucking bitch. No, I respect your privacy. I respect you. So I'm only going to text you when I'm in your city, and it helps me so much. Come on, guys. A TikTok ban is happening. That's why I have this. TikTok, listen, should you be banned for national security reasons? Yes, absolutely. Have you melted our brains and ruined American society? Yes. But the damage is already done. The damage is fucking done. We're fractured. We're splintered. We all hate each other. Extremism. We can't have conversations anymore. We're addicted to our phone. We're anxious. We don't want to do math and science anymore. We want to become content creators. Well done, TikTok. You destroyed America. I'm proud of you. Honestly, I'm proud of you. A pretty solid couple hundred years of pretty good, solid democracy. Not the best democracy. There was some slavery in there. But, for the most part,
Yeah,
pretty good democracy that you have destroyed.
Yeah.
Do you have our data? Yes, you have our data. Could you do mind control? Yes. Should you be banned? Yes, absolutely. But am I thankful that you led the Sapphic Renaissance from 2019 to 2021, 2022? The great Sapphic Renaissance that brought people, me, Jessica Curson, Chapel Roan, Renee Rapp, And that was all you, TikTok. So thank you for the sapphic renaissance. I'm looking forward to whatever comes next, whatever thing I have to do, whatever nonsense I have to participate in to make lesbians pay attention to me. I am looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to being triggered by mean comments on whatever happens next. I'm looking forward to my next cancellation. Thank you, everyone who found me on TikTok.
Yes.
What a dream. What a roller coaster. What an incredible first couple years, and what an awful past year and a half. Thank you, TikTok, for the highs and lows.
Yes. To honor what you've done for our podcast, we give you the 21 queef salute to exit.
A 21 finger salute.
Yes.
That's every finger, every toe, plus on one rammed up your pussy, TikTok.